Meteorologist Sabrina Bates back with me now. Sabrina, we love to see the rain. We just hate to see it on July 4th of all nights. There's so many celebrations planned. We've seen already some delays. A lot of rain out there right now, and hoping that things can go off as planned, just maybe a little bit later tonight.
Yeah, fingers crossed, right, with this weather, because a lot of heavy rain, lightning. Let's take a look at the radar, because there are a lot of storms, so keep that in mind. There are some storms that are a bit more dominant. They're able to sustain themselves, and they're pushing out some pretty strong winds. Other storms, though, they are weakening. So some of us have some good news, where I think a lot of those delays should be resuming here pretty quickly. Here's the wide view, where there's actually a cold front sinking in across Oklahoma. That's actually where a lot of these storms fired off, and then also ahead of the cold front. But main threat with the storms for tonight is going to be strong winds. So some of these storms could push out winds 50, 60 miles an hour, some isolated 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. The storm near Ada, though, actually producing 80-mile-per-hour winds. Now we zoom in closer towards central Oklahoma, OKC Metro. We have one dominant storm here. This is near Luther, producing some strong winds on the northeast side of Oklahoma County. This storm slowly going to be pushing down towards the southeast, eventually towards Highway 62. If it could hold together, would be reaching I-40 probably in about another hour or two. But the storm that was severe over Oklahoma City and then also producing rain down towards Moore. We saw Dakota Shot. There was some rain out there, but he mentioned some skies clearing. That's because the rain, the storms, they're really fizzling out. So we're starting to dry out here from Yukon, Bethany, OKC, Edmond, all the way down towards Moore. Still expect some light showers for about the next 15-30 minutes, but really this main storm we're watching in central Oklahoma is going to be near Luther. You're zooming in just a bit closer here. We still see some of those light showers, probably still a few lightning strikes out there, but really that storm a bit farther towards the east side of Oklahoma County, and then also this storm near Ada down towards Sulphur, also producing some strong winds and some heavy rain and lightning moving in towards Sulphur. This is back towards west central Oklahoma, heavy rain and storms also along the cold front. I want to show you where the storms are really going to be here as we go over the next few hours, because again, it is the 4th of July. Everyone has events and plans they want to get to, fireworks. I think by the time we get to 7, 8 o'clock, so in about another hour or so, you're looking at most of these storms staying south of I-40 or even closer towards Tulsa, eastern Oklahoma. 9, 10 o'clock, that's when a lot of fireworks shows start to go off right after sunset. You're expecting those storms to push a lot farther down towards the south and even to the east as we go overnight. Dark skies as you look down towards the south, 80 degrees now because of the rain and the cold front that is really moving on through. Temperatures only in the 100s, southern Oklahoma. Rest of us doesn't feel too bad outside. Of course, the rain has cooled things down a touch, and as we go overnight, we'll see some of the impacts of the rain and the cool front. 60s as we go overnight. Tomorrow morning, there will be some rain chances, especially in the morning hours, cloudy into the afternoon. But look at those temperatures. We're looking at mid to upper 80s. That's not too bad outside, especially after all these 100-degree days we've been seeing. This is tomorrow morning, so tonight's storms move out of the way. We get a bit of a break, and then we have more rain and storms moving in. I think most of these are going to be staying south of I-40, but a lot of heavy rainfall with that. High temperatures for tomorrow. We're looking at 80s. We're looking at right around 90. Doesn't look too bad. And the weather as we go into the weekend really is going to be staying near normal, even slightly below normal. Saturday's looking dry. Sunday, we do have more rain chances in the forecast. Overall, you'll see those temperatures as we take a look at the 5+5 day that are going to be staying near 90 or even in the 80s as we go into next week. So if you have any plans for the 4th of July weekend, tomorrow at least, the rain should be in the first part of the day. Second part of the day dries out. Not going to be as humid, not going to be as hot outside. Saturday will be dry, will be sunny, temperatures in the 90s, but then Sunday, that's going to be a day that we are watching for those storm chances. And you're up to date with the latest First Alert forecast.